What's up, guys? Another Fly Right Boy exclusive. So I guess this will be part 2 of the P-47 remodel or rebuild or remake or however you want to call it. So this was a Hanger 9 P-47. It was the 60 size. I got DLE 20 on it. Flown it for many years, and it's basically been a garage queen because it's just been hanging. And I said, you know what? It deserves a new life. So stripped off the Monaco, as you can see. All the Monaco is pretty much stripped off. Still got little pieces here and there. The next thing is these have to be taken off. Some people vary on that. So you can take the ailerons off. These are hinged, as you can see. That's the hinges. They're on there solid. It's not like it's not on there. Now you cut those off. You remove the aileron so that way you strip it down. You remove the servos. You completely strip it down so it's basically like a bare model. Now, saying, well, Kevin, how are you gonna do that with these big holes right here? Well, that's what balsa is for. So you get sheets of balsa like this, and these pieces will go like so. Cover up that. Right? So fill that all in, set it down, get it all nice and smooth. Now you have a solid wing. So that's how that's gonna happen. While you're going over it, excuse the messy garage, you find nicks and pieces that need to be repaired. So once I took the Monaco off, there was a big old hole, as you can see, with notches, hanger edge. So I cut out small square, took pieces of the balsa, used the MCA right here, and just a dab, and solid. Now, I gotta do this piece, gotta cut this piece out, and then put a little small piece right here to pass that up. Or, this is such a small hole, I could use wood filler, which I probably, now thinking about it, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm probably gonna use a little wood filler just to fill that in, smooth it out, sand it out, and then be done with it. Other than that, this is the frame. So, like I said before, I have a different cowl on this one. The original cowl was checkerboard, and it seen better days, and basically it was unusable. So I got this cowl, but this is for a different P-47. So as you can see, it has a big gap. Now I could leave this like this. It doesn't bother me too much, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here and drop this down. So when I do that, I have the belly, which is this piece here, this piece which sits here under the wing, it's attached to the wing, now it has to drop. So yeah, that's gonna have to drop, and then that's gonna make this a gap bigger, which then I'm going to have to fill this in with filler so that way everything is the way it needs to be. Yeah, so it's like you open up one can of worm for another can of worm for another can of worm if you want the model to look perfect. But that's all part of, you know, when you're doing a remodel or when you're doing refix. So tell me, guys, what you think. Should I just leave it be? It flew fine like that. When it's in the area, you can't even tell the gap. It actually helps with the air, you know, circulating for the carburetor. So the carburetor has a place where the air, the heat exhausts out. So yeah, P-47 Hanger 9 with DLE 20 part 2. All right, video's way too long as it is, so I just wanted to kind of get an update on what it looks like. Another video coming up, I have this road model midget Mustang. It's got a RCGF 15 gas motor on it, doing picking it up for a good price, so I'm gonna build it. And I already got the motor, did the cowl already. As you can see, the motor's already installed. Just waiting to get some more fuel tubing, so that way I can connect that piece and I will fire her up. Pilot's laying down, so we got a new canopy, but I'm probably gonna just remove the pilot, fly it as is, make sure she does actually fly, because I'm going to probably end up doing the same thing to this bird that like I'm doing to this one, where I pull all this monocoat off and paint it, because I don't like the fact that this new cowl, which is, I guess, school bus yellow, and this canary yellow, it's two different colors. It bothers me. It's not gonna bother me to fly it, but it's gonna bother me if I'm gonna keep it in my hanger. Everything's got at least look decent. I can't have, Boo Bear and my Jet and, Tar Heel and my beautiful Corsair, and then I have two-tone Betty over here. All right, guys. As always, we the Flower Boys. We fly right when we go home. Hopefully, y'all having a great day. I know the weather is real funky right here in Houston, but it'll get better. All right. So I'm in my garage. I hope that y'all are in y'all's workshop, tinkering around. Winter time is normally when we start figuring projects out and getting things ready for the next flying season. So I'm doing what I do. All right, guys. As always, we the Flower Boys. We fly right, and we go home. God bless. Love you. All right, guys, so this is the finished one half of the bottom portion of the wing. What you're gonna need is, you're gonna need the bossa. Like I said, she's a bossa. You're gonna need a good metal ruler. You're gonna need a X-Acto knife or a good razor blade, sharp razor blade. And there you go, a little time. And as you can see, that half is covered up. You're gonna need some thin CA, and that's what it originally looked like. Open wing, and now closed. So I have to do that side, and then do the top, and then sand, and then she'll be ready for fiberglass. And that'll be the next part. So as you can see, wing solid. Yep. So basically, when you're doing an ARF and you're customizing it, it's almost like you're rekitting or you're building a kit, almost. Trust me, that Corsair, that was a bunch of this. That was just a bunch of sticks. I had to build that. So not knocking any builders out there saying that, oh, well, this is exactly the same thing. No, but I say it's similar. You have to learn how to cut the bossa, use different shapes, measurements, using a ruler. It's not hard, you just gotta take your time. So if anyone has never built a kit before, I say, hey, build a kit. It'll give you the experience where you're not afraid of crashing your airplane as much because you built it, and so you know how to rebuild it or rebuild. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like, oh, okay, if I damage the wing, I know how to rebuild it to fix it. So doesn't say that it's still not gonna make you nervous to maiden or fly an airplane, but it helps to know how the plane was built, because now you know where it's reinforced because you reinforced it. You know where the glue is at because you glued it. So it helps. But not too many people out there building kits anymore. It's the off world or the foamy, which I do have a few foamies too. I'm not knocking the foamies, but it's something about bossing and fiberglass and epoxy and glue. That accomplishment of you saying this yourself, I did this. Anyway, always be the Flower Boys. We fly right when we go home. With these glued hands. Shout out to Steve. You know what I'm talking about. If you know what I say, these glued hands. Anyway, so see you on the flight line. All right, guys. Peace out.